How many brothers is gonna get on the live tonight, man? Or how many brothers is gonna listen to these words and realize that there is an actual enemy that is against all blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, man? And that is the oppressor. You understand?
So tell me, how can I turn the other cheek while this wicked world trying to smother me? Something gotta shake, I'm gonna cry it out. Time to gird up my loins and ride out. In my soul I feel devastation. In my eyes I see desolation. On my door, death is waiting. But I don't wanna see no more desolation.
Well, earlier today, man, I was asked a beautiful question in regards to the voting. Of course, we know when you follow the laws of God, then it is a sin for you to go and vote and to place some Edomite or some oppressor above you to lead your people. And it's bad taste for blacks, Hispanics, to do that anyway. As if we haven't been voting for years. As if we didn't vote for George Bush. As if we didn't vote for Donald Trump and vote for Obama and Joe Biden. And none of these presidents have ever done anything that was positive for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. As a matter of fact, our conditions have gotten worse. Our conditions on the border for the Latinos have gotten worse no matter what president you put in office, man. Right. No matter what president you cast your ballot and your vote for, the condition of our people are always going to be in hell, man. We always going to lead in drug addiction. We always going to lead in sexual diseases. We always going to lead in crime and unaliving each other in our own neighborhoods. Because the men that is in charge of these neighborhoods, the men that are in charge of the earth right now is wicked, man, and they impose their wickedness on the people who reside in these neighborhoods, man, and who reside in these places. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. So you look at the condition of our people and you think that black people are filth. You think that the Latinos are trash, when really we are gold unto the Most High, man. We precious unto the Lord. But when we learn to live like our oppressor, when we learn to live like the white man, the Italians, and the Russian mob, we attach ourselves to their lifestyle. So now we want to be the new John Gotti. You understand? Now we want to be Benny Siegel. Now we want to be the biggest drug dealers and the biggest empires on the world because we seen that the Italian mob got rich from selling drugs. We seen that the Russian mob got rich from selling drugs. So what do you think black people do when we're oppressed 24/7? When we look at our children's faces and they don't get to eat. They don't get to enjoy holidays and go to private schools and get educations. But you know whose children do? The Russians' children do. The Russians get to send their children to private schools to get good education, while our students, our children have to go to public school and suffer, man. So what do, man? Black people, we take up after our oppressor, and then they try to demonize us for doing what they taught us to do. They put the drugs in our communities, they put the drugs in our neighborhoods, and then they demonize us and call us super predators because we take the drugs that they give us and we eliminate the oppression that they put on us, man. Now what does that tell you about the man that's ruling over us, man? That tells you that the man who is in charge of this country is the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. And we out here today to show you who the devil is, man. And to show you who you are, black, Hispanic, and Native American man and woman, man. You gold unto the Lord. And it's time for us to learn these laws, statutes, commandments, come back together, man. Stop listening to the oppressor, man. He got us murdering each other, gang banging, violently attacking one another when this man is getting ready to push all kinds of laws and all kinds of vagrancy laws on our people to make sure we stay in change, man. You got that?
This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together, ye gather together. O nation, not desired.
Now this is the Bible, man. My brothers brought it out earlier. This book, we didn't write this book, man. This book, these records have been on this earth, given to us since for 2,000 years, for over 2,000 years, and these records have the keys and the answers to the condition of black people. You look at black people today, and you wonder why we leading in drugs. You wonder why we leading in violence, why we leading in homelessness and AIDS and HIV, man. This book has the answer to fix all of these problems. And it's telling us here in Zephaniah 2:1 that there is a people that have to gather together. A people that are once been separated. A people that when you look at them, You don't consider them your family. You look at the Mexicans and the Latinos, and you don't consider them to be your familia. You consider them to be your enemy, man. You consider them to be against you. But the Bible is telling us that we have to come together. Read.
Verse 2. Before the decree, bring forth before the day pass of the chaff.
Before the decree come forth, man, let me tell you something, man. The world as we know it today is not going to always be like this, man. Black people should not get comfortable with being on the bottom. I know we all want to come out here to Central Homecoming, and we want to party and get drunk, and we want to have the time of our life, and that's good. I love to see black people come together and have a good time and not unalive each other and not steal from each other and not hurt one another, man. It's a good thing to see what y'all doing out here in North Carolina Central. But it's a shame to see that my people are not getting taught the things that when we leave homecoming to fix the problems in the neighborhoods we coming here from, man. We're going to leave Central Homecoming and we're going to go back to drug addiction. We're going to leave Central Homecoming and we're going to go back to AIDS and HIV and everything, every black debt that has been destroying black people since the 60s, man. We're going to go right back to it. But there's going to be a day when Christ will return, man. Christ is going to come back, and Christ ain't no Yaju Judah. Christ ain't here. They said Yaju Judah, Christ been here for 10 years. That's a damn shame. I don't know about that one. If Christ been here for 10 years, then we are in trouble, because he ain't helping nothing. But there will come a day when Christ will return, man, and black people are not going to be living under the same oppression that we in today. You understand? Read.
Before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you.
Before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you, man. This is heavy. Why? You got to come back to your brothers. Come back to your family. Get together. Why? Because when the Lord come back, you're going to need each other. Look at the times we in right now. We need one another, man. We need the Latino brothers. We need the Native Indian brothers. Imagine the pain that the Native Indians went through. Imagine the pain they went through when they were trying to be peaceful with the oppressor, man. They still going through it, being peaceful with the oppressor. The oppressor came to America and slaughtered 75 million Native American Indians. And to this day, there's only 2 million Native Indians on the earth right now. On the reservation right now. Imagine the pain that they have to go through, knowing that they walking on the bones of their ancestors, man. Knowing that they, you know, walking on the plots of the lands that they used to run. You understand? And they drug infested and they alcoholics on them reservations, man. But let me tell you something that's heavy in there. Them brothers, them Native Indians, man, they needed black people, man. They needed the Latino people. The Latinos need the black men. Black men need the Latinos. We need each other. Otherwise, we're going to continue to suffer in this place, man. And black men, you damn sure need each other. I don't know how the hell we allowed our oppressor to make us think that because you rock blue and I rock red, that means that we enemies, man. What kind of nonsense is that? How dumb are we going to be, man? We're going to murder each other because our oppressor told us that we're supposed to hate each other over a black or a color? That's beneath black, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. That's what the oppressor do, man. They fight against the right and left wing. They storm the Capitol building over disputes. They unalive each other and drop bombs on each other because they can't come to agreement with each other. Black man, you better than that. You better than that. You're better than that brother who just goes and unalives his brother because of a color or because of a dispute in a bar. How many brothers is going to get unalived tonight, man? Or how many brothers is going to listen to these words and realize that there is an actual enemy that is against all blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, man? And that is the oppressor. You understand? The devil, man. Give me Colossians 2 and 8, man. Give me Colossians 2 and 8. We can unpack this thing all day. I know y'all look at us like, man, them Israelites crazy. I had one brother over there tell me that we was burnt out, One. He said we was burnt out. I said, brother, you smoke weed? You celebrate Christmas? He said, yeah. I said, like, you burnt out. You burnt out. We alive out here. Look at what we doing. Look at these brothers back here, man. Each one of these brothers came from a world that we live in today, man. Came from selling drugs, came from using drugs, came from being bad, man, in the world. But now look at these brothers. They standing out here in the blazing sun. We had our rock in the middle of the street earlier with a cover on, directing the traffic for you. And what thanks did he get? You gonna leave here and you not gonna listen to the words that's being said? You gonna go and hate your brother, man? You gonna go and love your oppressor? Or you gonna change your words, man? Change your ways and come back to the law, statutes, commandments of the Bible. Read what you got.
Book of Colossians, chapter 8, chapter 2, verse 8. Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit.
The Bible say, Colossians 2 and 8 say, beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, man. What does that mean? We've been in the Christian church for 400 years in America. For 400 years in America, we've been in the Christian church and we've been learning what exactly? What have we been learning in the Christian church? Not a damn thing. We've been learning to celebrate Christmas or to celebrate Halloween or to celebrate birthdays, and then we wonder why black men why we can't get it together, man. Because these Christian pastors have been rocking us to sleep, man. They've been rocking us to sleep inside of them Christian churches, man. Where the Bible says that we shouldn't fall victim to them vain philosophies and that in the deceit, man, those lies, man. The thinking that we got a choice in the voting, man. Thinking that voting is going to save black people. Thinking as long as you be a good Christian boy, that the world is not going to hate you, man. That is a lie, man, according to the Bible, and it's vain. It means nothing at all. You understand? Read what you got. Read it from the top.
Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men.
After the tradition of man. You understand? We all grew up in grandmama's house. I understand. I get it, all right. I get it. You waiting for Thanksgiving. We were waiting for Halloween so we could go out and dress up like ghouls and goblins. I get it. It's fun. It's for the kids, right? But what if I told you that doing these things is going to turn our children into more drug addicts than they already are, man? What if I told you that doing these things is only going to destroy our people more than we've already been destroyed, man? There are vices on this earth. Y'all talk about vices all day. They say, well, drinking is a vice, or smoking weed is a vice. Well, let me tell you something. Celebrating Christmas is a vice. It makes you feel like you are not oppressed. When you celebrate Christmas, yeah, going into that Christian church is a vice. Oh, yeah. How many of y'all remember Emmett Till? How many of y'all remember Emmett Till, that 14-year-old boy who was falsely accused of whistling at a white woman? And when them devils found that boy, they tormented him and drug him to the bottom of the sea, man. That was painful. It was so painful that Emmett Till's mother, when they had the funeral, she declined to have a closed casket, even though it was recommended because of how badly they did Emmett Till. How misconstrued they messed up his face. That was I don't know if y'all seen the pictures, but that picture was horrifying, man. I got a son myself. I couldn't imagine the pain that she felt. I couldn't imagine the pain that the city felt that Emmett Till got beat so bad and they hated him so much. And what did we do after that? We hurt, we grieved, and then we went into the Christian church, and the Christian church rocked us to sleep, man. We never got justice for Emmett Till, man. We never got payback for what they did to Emmett Till. And you gonna tell me what? That we supposed to be here in 2024 celebrating Christmas without oppressor, man? That's what we gonna do? We gonna say God love everybody? God love everybody, equal everything, man? Let me tell you something, the God of the Bible is not equal, man. And there's things on this earth that we are not supposed to be partaking in. And one of those things is Halloween and Christmas and voting. Read.
After the rudiments of the world and not after Christ.
And after the rudiments of the world and not after Christ. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we all say that we love Jesus, right? We go into church every Sunday, and scream out how much we love Jesus. We be singing the songs, the glory, glory, all of that nonsense, right? But how many of you who's about to celebrate Halloween or Christmas can show me Christmas in the Bible? How many of you can show me where Christ celebrated Halloween, man? Where can you show me where Christ celebrated the 4th of July or Valentine's Day? Or New Year's Eve, or his birthday? How many of you can show me these holidays that's in the Bible? Nobody. Nobody. We at North Carolina Central. We supposed to be getting an education, I thought. Why can't no one show me these things, but yet the world is indulging themselves in it, man? But yet we supposed to follow Christ. Read that part again.
After the rudiments of the world, and not after Christ.
And not after Christ, man. Christ said to hell with your holidays, man. Christ said to hell with your Christmas and your Halloween and your 4th of July, man. Christ said to hell with your voting, man. Christ don't give a damn about you voting. And think about the spit in the face you giving to Christ. You're going to tell Christ that instead of following him, you're going to go follow after Donald Trump? Instead of following after Christ, you're going to follow after Kamala Harris? How simple can we be, man?
Con out of one con when it's wartime. Can't be lukewarm, gotta make up your mind. If you ain't heard nothing, you better hear this rhyme. When it go down, you gon' have to be with your kind. Ain't no laughing, ain't no joking on the battlefield. If you don't follow the order, you could get us all killed. Ain't no thing to grab the blocking person, squeeze mine. You gon' learn to do it, not the second, but the first time. 223, 308, AR-15 rifle. Warring with the dragon like I'm the Archangel Michael. I got hand grenades, I pull the pin and throw it at you quicker. I can say a prayer and send them evil curses, now you sick. If we do what the Lord tell us to do, Babylon will fall. I'm gon' do what Saul didn't do, and I'm gon' kill them all. It's time to kill, not heal, it's time to break them down, know who you are. Ain't no time to love, it's time to hate these heathens, time for war.
Lace your boots when it's wartime. Go and get a sword when it's wartime. Girt your loins when it's wartime. Con out of one con when it's wartime. Lace your boots when it's wartime. Go and get a sword when it's wartime. Girt your loins when it's wartime. Con out of one con when it's wartime.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one west. They're one west. They're one west. They're